Every success story begins with a struggle. But this one started behind the steering wheel of a taxi. He wasn't born rich. He wasn't a genius. He was just an ordinary man, driving strangers through busy streets trying to make ends meet. But what he did next changed his life forever. This is the unbelievable story of the taxi driver who built a billion-dollar empire. Every night while others slept, he was out there, driving through the cold, counting every dollar, dreaming of something bigger. He lived in a small rented room. Some nights, he couldn't even afford dinner. But even then, he never stopped believing that one day, life would change. He used to say, "I may drive a taxi today, but I'm driving toward my dream." One night, while driving a passenger to the airport, he overheard a conversation, two businessmen talking about how expensive taxis were and how unreliable they could be. That sentence stuck in his mind. What if, he thought, what if people could book a ride instantly from their phone? What if I could make taxis smarter? That idea kept him awake for nights. He didn't have investors. He didn't have connections. But he had one thing, an idea that refused to die. He started pitching his idea to people, friends, small investors, even passengers. Everyone laughed. Some said, "You, a taxi driver? Build an app? Be realistic." But he didn't stop. He sold his car, used his savings to hire a local developer to build a basic version of his idea. When the app launched, only 3 people downloaded it, and 2 of them were his friends. Failure? Maybe. But he knew failure was just part of the process. Slowly, word began to spread. Local drivers liked his system. It made rides easier, faster, and safer. Then one investor took notice, a small angel investor who saw his determination. With that little funding, he upgraded the app, improved service, and expanded into more cities. Within 2 years, his small taxi idea turned into a transportation revolution. That man was Garrett Camp, the co-founder of Uber. What started with one driver's frustration became a global movement. Millions of drivers around the world now earn their living because of a man who once drove a taxi himself. His story isn't just about money, it's about vision, courage, and the power of believing when no one else does. He proved that the steering wheel of struggle can turn into the engine of success. So, the next time you feel stuck in life, remember this story. You don't need perfect conditions. You just need a dream, determination, and the courage to start. Whether you drive a taxi, serve coffee, or work in an office, your story is still being written. Don't quit before your breakthrough, because one idea, one moment, one ride can change everything. This was the taxi driver who built a billion-dollar empire. Subscribe to Dream to Billionaire for more real-life stories of people who turned ordinary lives into extraordinary success. Because your journey to success starts today.